Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Prillo. Why do you always catch me? Why do you always catch me in the middle of 3D printing? Why? Why are you always around when I am 3D printing one thing or another? Why is it what? Why are you always catching me when I'm cleaning up a print to assemble? Could it be that I'm always 3D printing? I'm 3D printing in my pants. No, not right now. Not extruding. No extrusion going on. My printer is. I'm finishing up the roll. Finally finishing up the roll. Final filament watch for the Prusament Galaxy Black. This is the first filament I've ever had, so I'm just kind of running through it, trying to get through it to eliminate the spool, and then moving on to the silver. But tomorrow I want to do the B2 droids. I wanted to start them tonight, but I was like, well, I really want to get through these spools before too long, and I figured I'd just run through these the smaller Wexter Minis. Perfect way to end a roll. Liz is currently at Earth, but I have, for your viewing pleasure, and it will be your pleasure, because you if you are not, a patron for Play Action Toys, you should be. Play Action Toys is now doing a Patreon account. They have Patreon. I now have 9 nums. I probably should have printed 9 to have 9 nums. But this is, these are the nums here. Let's see if I can get all 4 in one hand. The array of nums. There you go. The 4 nums. The 4 9 nums. How do I say it? How do I say it? It is a fistful of Solistans. Fistful of Solistans. I always try to do this and it just never works out. So I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna hold up 1. Yeah, how's that sound? This is the 9 num. This is the Play Action Toys 9 num, and I did 4 of them. Very, very happy with it. As expected, going with a 0.7 millimeter. Well, here, let me actually zoom in a little closer. Going in, that was the finer detail, a 0.7. The other one was like, the other ones were, this was a 0.7, the cap was a 0.7. Everything else was a 0.2. 0.7. Had some issues with the supports on his cap, but mitigated those issues pretty quickly and telegraphed the suggestions back to the Play Action Toys iTour. And so anyway, so I've got 9 nums. 9 nums. 9 nums. I call them 9 num because that's what it was back in the day with Kenner figures. They were 9 nums. So anyway, I will probably be producing future 9 nums, like monochromatically. But much like with the AT-AT driver, I figured, and this is the AT-AT driver here. These are Play Action Toys figures. I haven't done many multicolor prints for the Play Action Toys figures. Not as many as I think others have. I mean, there's some that are really simple, like the Snow Trooper that's all white, or the Stormtrooper that's all white, or the Clone Trooper that's all white. But when it comes to these kind of characters, you kind of want to try it multicolor. And then there are some human characters as well that I've thought about doing now too. Although I tend to be more of the alien kind of fan. I haven't even done the Cassian Andor figure yet. I have not printed the AT-AT yet. That is on my list though. I do want to. That was one of the things I wanted to print with the silver, and someone sent me the link. Thank goodness. I do not have the 9 num nuts printed. They did not come with nuts modeled. You pre-ordered the Pixel 7 Pro, the Pixel Pass. Use the Google Store credit for your Google Watch. So Steven, did you notice? You saw it, Steven. I don't know. Did you see my video? Did you see the YouTube video in the tech YouTube channel? There I posted my my Pixel Panes. Here, the Pixel Panes, right there. Feel free to give it a watch and a like. In there, I basically, long story short, I also pre-ordered the 7 Pro and explained why, and the whole context around it. But what I'm probably going, I didn't even know. The funny thing is, I didn't even know there was a $200 credit. I had no idea. So we're trading in the Pixel 4 XL for like a $350 credit back to the original purchase, which is great, saves money. I'm all about that. Diana's going to be getting the 6 Pro. I'll be getting the new 7 Pro, using it in this environment, like where this right now. What I'm using here for the close-up view of the print, that is the Pixel 6 Pro. Didn't even realize there was a $200 credit until someone tweeted it. I'm like, what? Did I miss that? Like, oh yeah, okay. So what I'm probably going to do is get the Chromecast with Google TVs, probably, to replace the Apple TVs that we've had. Not that there's anything wrong with the Apple TVs, but quite honestly, I just find the experience on the Google TVs to be so much better, so much cleaner, so much. Google One members normally get 10. No, not Google One. Not all Google One members. Just Google One members at a certain tier get the credit. I got a 3% credit because we're at the 200 gig tier. Yep, Groggy Nod, Twitch removed hosting. It's true. They've made a lot of changes. Shield TV. So Zombie, let me ask you that. I've thought about getting a Shield TV. Is it basically a faster Google TV? Is that what it is? I mean, I don't really do the gaming thing. Would I be good for that? Because right now I'll have $200 worth of credit for the Google Store. I don't necessarily think we would use, or I would use, the watch, because I'm pretty much in Samsung's camp at this point. It's a powerful player. Best remote. Just works. Well, that's basically Google TV. And my understanding is that, Zombie Hedgehog, that it is what you're talking about there is Google TV. Do it 4K AI upscaling. Well, that's I've had Google TV 4K. It was only like what, $50? It's Android TV with good hardware. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking about getting that one for the bedroom, because I use it in the bedroom all the time. So maybe you're convinced now that I know someone who has it. You can tell me. Proper upscaling plus Ethernet for reliability. I don't use Ethernet. I'm fine with Wi-Fi. Make sure to get the Pro. Okay. Don't know if they run any specials or discounts, but anything would be beefier than what I got. I just have this simple dongle. But I honestly, I don't know what else that I would use it on. I really don't. The watch would be a waste. I had $50 store credit recently, so I got and I thought I already had a Nest Mini, but I couldn't find it, so I must have gotten rid of it. I'm not sure what happened to it at all. Swapped out my Apple TV for a Chromecast 4K in the living room, then I'll get one of the new Chromecast HD devices. See, that's what I thought. Like, we've got some TVs. I mean, I don't want to have every TV connected. I don't. It's just that I want to start to replace basically all the Apple TVs. I don't think we're going to be, using Apple TVs in any way, in any measurable way. Jedi has an iPad, at least at this point. Although that, I guess I've also thought when they released the Pixel Slate in another year or so, not the Pixel Slate, their tablet, that might make an interesting tablet for Jedi instead of the iPad, and then basically get rid of the iPad. But again, you're dealing with costs and trade-in values, right? And I just don't want to throw money away. That's the bottom line. What you're saying is I should trade in my old phones for a Pixel 7, then sell it. Yes. I would trade in your old phones. They took $300, $400 for the Pixel 4 XL. And I don't think anybody else is taking that much money for the old Pixels, except Google. I don't think we're going to do the pass thing. The pass thing wouldn't necessarily work out for us. In all honesty, the remote is one of the best features of the Shield TV. I don't mind the remote on the Chromecast with the Google TV. I don't mind it. I mean, the only thing, like I said, that I'd be happier with is that it was maybe a little snappier. And so I've heard about the NVIDIA Shield TV, and I'm like, okay, well, that might be interesting. But that then leads me to a different problem. And then I would have all these, I would have so much store credit, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Because I don't want to plug in so many different things, right? I don't need a billion different things. I don't need any webcams. I don't need doorbells. I don't need an extra watch. It's only $200 credit, but I'm not sure. See, I'm already paying YouTube Premium. All right, and I've already got the 200 gigabytes, so it doesn't make any sense for me because the Pixel is as we use it is just not. It's not in that. It's not in that range of I guess need, for the lack of a better word. Apple wants your phone back for free. No, Apple actually, I'll tell you what, Alley Cat. I've been really impressed with Apple's exchange. I got, what was it, $600 or something? $7 or something? I can't remember. I felt a decent amount for the iPhone, and I upgraded to the new one. I felt it, and when I say I got a decent amount, I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. Because I used it for a year, so I was basically renting it. And that's the way I look at it. I'm basically renting phones. And then just upgrade them every year. So I'll be doing, I basically do the same with, I do it with the Pixel. I do it with the Pixel. I disappeared for a second. I do it with the Pixel. I do it with the iPhone. And probably will be doing the Samsung Galaxy as well. Oh, the 8 Plus 5G tab. Oh, nice. I don't have 5G on my tablet. Unfortunately, they didn't have the option available, or at least the way that I wanted it, like at launch, which is disappointing. Maybe Samsung will change that, at some point in the future. You're going to upgrade the 2 terabytes? Well, see, the funny thing is, for my Pixel, the Pixel 6 here, it's got 256 gigs. Just 256. Just 256. And then when I looked at the prices today, I'm like, well, I'm not really using the 256, so I'm just going to go with a 128, so I save money. And so this year, Diana will get more space. Next year, not so much. So, because, honestly, I would just as soon, move her off of one if I'm going to be upgrading to the next, and the next. 256 is nothing. We'll see now on my Samsung device, I'm at 512. Hang on, let me check. I think I'm at 512. About phone? Is that where I go? No, storage, right? Storage. I think I'm at 512. Yeah, I'm at 512. And I haven't hit that limit despite all the videos I record. So, for whatever that's worth, I haven't hit that limit. Your 5G ultra wideband, nice. I don't think the new iPad or the new iPhone is. I know the Chromecasts are not Wi-Fi 6E, which is disappointing. They're not even Wi-Fi 6. They're like Wi-Fi 5, which again is disappointing. Even the new one they just released, and that I know of, the new Chromecast with Google TV is just 1080p, but it's got more storage or something. I don't know if it's any faster either. I would pay for as much speed as I could possibly get, honestly. Because we only have, at this point, one 4K TV. We really we don't use the Apple TVs that much, or as much, I should say, anymore. Jedi's usually on her tablet. And thank you, Mad Cat, for the resub.
Just resubscribed for 13 months.
Appreciate that. How you doing? They have some internal storage for loading apps. They're just not video audio relay anymore. Yeah. So I remember that was my understanding, Steven. But I remember reading just recently, actually, the 4K Chromecast with Google TV is going to get the new Android update after all. They figured something out, so it is going to get. So I'm very happy because it's still on Android 10. So let's see here. So what could I do? I could, since I've got that, maybe I'll upgrade to the NVIDIA Shield per Zombie Hedgehog's suggestion. He loved displaying your Samsung A7 Lite, but it's so damn slow. Is that a tablet? The A7 Lite? I'm not familiar. I don't know all the things. But I can tell you, the S8 Ultra is freaking awesome. S7 Ultra was no slouch. S8 Ultra, marginally better. Not like, far and away better. But good. What the heck? This is just going to take so long to get off here. It was like $150. I'll pay for it, dude. Zombie Hedgehog. Hey, Astronaut. Good to see you. Still waiting on your 14 Plus. What's the 14? Oh, your iPhone. Yeah. Hang on. Pretty much anything I did with Apple TV can do with the new Chromecast. Well, you can. And the great thing about the Chromecast is I feel, and I said this in in the video today, it's just a far more intuitive experience for content than what Apple provides for content. Every time I get on an Apple TV, and I use an Apple TV right now in my office, that's what I've got MakerDeck pulled up on. And so this is one of those. This is one that I would be replacing. This is actually in my office straight across. That's just a 1080p TV. So 4K would probably be overkill for it. But that said, then if I get the NVIDIA the NVIDIA Shield in the bedroom, and I'm not going to pay. I think there's a service. Isn't there a gaming service associated with it? Yeah. So if you have questions on either Shield TV, I have both. Okay, good to know. I think it's self-sufficient in the sense that I seen it and I'm like, is it fast? Does it whip around? Is it you know what I'm saying? Is it responsive? Hello, is that X through? I don't know how to say that. Hello, mods. Nice to see you. Switching from the iPad Pro to the Galaxy S8 Plus will save me a little money on the bill. The mods, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. So if I'm willing to spend... Oh, GeForce Now. See, I'm not going to be playing a lot of games, so I'm not going to be buying into any kind of service. Because I've done that before. Even like the Apple TV, I'm like, oh, Apple TV might be interesting because of Apple Arcade, and then no one played the games, including myself. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. 99% of the time, I'm just watching videos on my on the Chromecast with Google TV. And honestly, I'm not going to say I love it, but I have no reservations in recommending it. Especially, like, what, for $29, $39 right now? So I don't know what I'm going to use my $200 credit for at this point. I don't know. I really genuinely don't. And I threw all the caveats into the video, so I don't want to belabor that point. There's not much else that I might want from Google. GFN lets you play video games in the cloud. Remember, subscription is not required, but having one gives you priority access to higher tier graphics. Oh, really? So I can play the games without paying for them if I have a GeForce Now or the GeForce? What do they call it? The GeForce the console thing? It's not all that responsive. It's getting long in the tooth. Same processor that was in their tablets. Yeah, but is it faster? Oh, you have to buy the games. Okay. Well, I have a lot of games on Epic and Steam. Oh, actually, it is Thursday, so there's new games on Epic. Every Thursday they release a new game, and I grab it every time. Interesting. I may have to do that then. Hey Tatum, good to see you. It's not all that responsive, but is it more my question is it more responsive than the current Google TV or the Chromecast with Google TV, which is not, it's no slouch. It's fairly zippy. I'm able to boop, 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 go around. I mean, like, it zips around. Does it have, when was the last update to it? Does it have Wi-Fi 6? Is it still Wi-Fi 5? Is it Wi-Fi 6E? I haven't looked that deeply into it. So I'm debating what I'm going to do. The interface, not so much. Really? Really? See, I wouldn't say that there's lag, certainly. The Chromecast 4K. There's a little bit of lag, but it's not any worse than the Apple TV. No better, no worse. I'm able to whip around. In and out. And maybe I'm just accustomed to it. It could always be better. You're never going to hear me say, oh, that's too responsive. So what I probably do, let me look into that then. Sorry, what I'm doing is I'm removing the supports for the one of the legs on the The Dark Trooper. I did chocolate Dark Troopers. They're chocolate. Chocolatey. Polymaker. Chocolatey Polymaker filament. Delicious. Well, I'm curious how Zombie feels of the responsiveness of the G-Force. What do they call it? The G-Force. Let me see here. What is it called? The G-Force. The Shield. The Shield TV Pro. I have no problem. I mean, for something that I use every day, and I mean literally every friggin' day, I have no problem paying money for it. I'm like, especially if it's better than what I'm currently using. But if it's marginally better, then it's not interesting to me. What's the Wi-Fi on it? What's the... Okay, Bluetooth, yeah. That's, oh, MIMO wireless AC, so that's wireless N, so it's just Wi-Fi 5? That's Wi-Fi 5, yeah? God, I wish I was buying, like, right around the time of a refresh. Your last Android phone was the Droid? Oh, man. All right, Liz. Good to know. Hope Fotis is doing well. Hope he bounces back quickly from his trip. It was a long trip from Greece. Use mine daily. It works well with the TV and receiver. Is it Zombie? Is it responsive? Right? Do you know what Wi-Fi? I mean, I guess you're not using Wi-Fi. You're using Ethernet. I haven't used Ethernet in ages for that kind of stuff. That's right, Feisty Kitty. Earth is in full swing. You would like the Galaxy Fold Z4 to replace phone, tablet, note-taking. Dang, that price. Yeah, I can't. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could do it. Not at this point. Some guy got mad at me on YouTube for talking about something I had no experience in. I'm like, well, he's not wrong. It's someone's birthday? Happy birthday! You've kind of given us a gift by your presence. I mean, the gift, you got presents. It's a gift that you're here. Your different presents. That's a homophone. Well, I guess it's someone's birthday. I think Liz is just messing with me again. Well, I do wonder if it's more responsive. That's the thing, is I would want to pay for better responsiveness. But it doesn't, I'm not seeing anything in terms of Wi-Fi speed yet. I'm not able to ascertain. I'm not sure the last time the Pro, the Shield Pro got updated. Oh, it's Feisty Kitty's birthday. Sorry I missed that. Happy birthday, Feisty Kitty. I hope it is going well. And you're celebrating it here? Kind of sorry, sorry that I did not bring any cake. I would have picked up some cake. I wouldn't have been able to share it with anybody, but you know, hey, I've got a beer. I'm gonna get another beer. I'm gonna get a refill. Wi-Fi is great, very responsive. Do you know which? I mean, I'll have to look. I guess I can look it up. Which Wi-Fi it is? Occasionally, I need to reboot. Yeah, every so often I might need to as well. Let's see here. It's the NVIDIA Shield Pro. Yeah. I almost wonder if I should wait until, like, you know, there's a sale. If there is ever a sale on one of these things. I don't know if there... I really don't know if there is. I don't know if I'd even see the 4K... I mean, I've got a 4K TV. But... I don't know if I can see that much of a difference. Even with a 4K TV. The difference in upscaling. Transform your television. See, I know that all these fancy schmancy titles. But is it basically Google TV? Am I wrong? It's not a different interface. It's Google TV. See, because this hasn't been refreshed since 2019. Steven, they're always updating the Google TV platform. My question is, you do not believe it uses Google TV. Oh, interesting. I thought it did. I thought it did use Google TV. Hey, Zombie, could you do me a favor? If you just, like, take a picture of the home screen, I could tell you whether or not it's Android TV or Google TV. I'm very familiar enough with the interface. No. There's no way it uses Google Play Movies. That doesn't make any sense. The platform itself is the Google TV experience. Google Play Movies was just a way to get to content. No way. And since the husband is out of town, I can do overnight prints. I won't say anything if you don't say anything. It's your birthday. Do it. Do it. Do it. Why not? I am finishing my spool of Persimmon Galaxy Black. The first spool I ever used. The first print that I ever really truly printed was a Darth Vader. So it is very fitting. I'm printing Darth Vader's for the last of the spool. Oh, Liz. Liz. If Liz is here. Guess what, Liz? Oh, I'm speaking Portuguese. No, he turned out really well. In fact, I was mentioning to everyone, I sent some feedback on the cap. The cap had some issues with the first iteration. It needs better bridging support, but I think he's moving to correct it in some updates. I tend to be the alpha, like, okay, this needs to be tweaked. What about this? What about making it there? And he's always great for taking the feedback, and it makes for a better figure. And he knows I'm his #1 fan. I printed 9 Num figures. Like, I'm printing chocolate Dark Troopers, not Death Troopers, sorry. Dark Troopers. When I say Chris, I say to myself, there's a guy who needs some candy corn. Well, you never know. The new TV interface looks like Amazon's Fire Stick. Oh, see, that's old. It's definitely old. The original Shield TV was essentially extending PC gaming to a larger screen. See, it's not a bad idea. I guess I got to look a little more deeply into that because I have a massive Epic library that I never tap. But I don't necessarily think games, like, you know, right up front. But if that's why it exists, just pin the most used apps, set up a few macros for YouTube and such. You can. There is someone out there who paints with chocolate. She's I think she's at ERF, as a matter of fact. She's always testing a chocolate 3D printer. I don't know if she brought that to ERF though. No, this is not real chocolate. This is just a very chocolatey Polymaker filament. Very chocolate. Cocoa Press, that's who it is. If there's any complaint that I have about GeForce Now, it doesn't offer streaming to, say, Twitch. But you should be able to get the Twitch app, I think. Well, maybe GeForce isn't a viable thing for me. Because I was hoping kind of for the latest Google TV stuff. Software. I mean, I suppose... since I've got all these Epic and Steam games in my library, because every week they release like ones that you can download and play for free. I make sure I do that every Thursday, so today, basically. Do you know which version of it? You probably don't. I'm not getting... I mean, the problem is I'm not getting much information on Amazon for the Shield. me see if I can find the official website. Tegra, yeah, that's a little old, yeah. Dolby Atmos, wireless, Bluetooth 5. AC, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It's not Wi-Fi 6 though. AC is not 6. Shield Experience upgrades directly from NVIDIA. Operating system is Android 11. So are you on Android? Do you know if you're on Android 11 or 12 at this point? I'm curious. It looks like Google TV. Like when I'm looking right at it, it's like, that looks exactly like Google TV. At least the Shield TV Pro, like when I'm looking on their website, it looks exactly like my operating system. Well, I suppose I can get it and try it and see if it, you know, if it works and or works well or works better. So it plays with, so I could use my Steam library, or I'm asking you questions, seriously, because I don't know. I could use my Steam library or my Epic library. Google TV is supposed to be a service upgrade from Android TV. Well, maybe I think I'm using Android TV then. I don't know. Same thing as the new Chromecast. Yes. Okay. 8T runs Android TV, not Google. Okay, so Android TV is what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, I mean, so I can use my Epic, so I can tap my Epic library. I would never use the USB ports. My Epic library or my Steam or Origin. Wow. Most, yeah, no, I wouldn't imagine all because of the compatibility. Oh, hey, Nomi3. Yeah, but I'm not gonna. Why would I use a keyboard? I'm sure there's a scenario wherein I would use a keyboard, but I don't think I would. For games, yeah, but see, here, let me tell you my scenario. I'm in my bedroom. I'm laying back. I'm going, what's on tonight? That's like 90% of what I do. Like, so honestly, a lot of what works now, I mean, is perfect, right? It is simple. It's straightforward. You know, I'm able to get in and out of apps. But like I'm saying, like what I'm saying is like, oh well, I guess, you know, if there was an option of adding games to the mix, that might make an interesting upgrade. But then again, I don't play that many games. Then I'd have to have an Xbox controller. Next, I'd assume you could use your Xbox controller with it. I probably wouldn't do it that much, though. Just buy it for the controller, set up macro shortcuts. Hey, you know, I guess my use case is not power user. I feel it very straightforward. Chromecast 4K uses Android TV 10. Yes, but it is getting upgraded to Android TV 12 at some point in the future. That was my understanding with a news release. They figured out how to do it, which is good. Not that, you know, it brings with it, you know, any, you know, massive benefits, but just for whatever it's worth. That's mine. I'm definitely on Android 10 for that. More an enthusiast who I use most of the features. See, I wish I do. Zombie, I will admit, I wish that I was more of an enthusiast as far as that went. But, you know, my use case, sit back, go boop, boop, boop. What's on tonight? What am I missing? I wish every app like said, oh, you haven't caught up on this show, that show, the other show. There, unfortunately, though, that's contingent on the app developers. Like, Amazon TV is horrible, like, absolutely ghastly, because, like, I have to remember what night is Lord of the Rings on, and then I have to manually go into the Amazon app and launch it. So what I'm looking for is to basically speed the time it takes to load an app, to get it running, right, to optimize that time. And so part of that is the speed of the machine. So that's why I was thinking about something like I would assume a Tegra runs faster than a Chromecast 4K. I would assume. But I don't know what version that NVIDIA TV is currently running. Sure, zombie. Could you take a screen cap of the about, or specifically the Android version that it's running? I'd be curious if it is running 12. It should be, because it should have all the storage it needs. I'm genuinely curious. Is it running 11, Alien Industrial? I figured it'd be up. I thought they were up to 12 at this point, or they should be up to 12 for TV. Well, we've made this one hell of a discussion, haven't we, tonight? Well, this is what's on my mind. This is what's on the radar. Oh, you just checked your update? It's on 11. Huh. Figured to be on 12. Not that it needs to be. Well, hopefully they're not going to end of service it. That'd be the worst thing ever, is like, you know, getting a new device and then they say, yeah, we're not going to make any more. And I hate buying a device that's older, so to speak, because like, oh man, I'd imagine there'd be like a refresh or like right around the corner. So I kind of hold off on it. I tend to buy the devices when they're new, like just released, because that way I know I'm getting, not future proofing necessarily, but coming close to future proofing. Thank you, Alien. Thank you, Alien Industrial. Appreciate that. Hey, if it's snappy, I don't care if it's 12, 13, 14, who cares? Stadia didn't get traction because people don't trust Google. That doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised. I mentioned that, Steven, when you watch my video. I assume you're going to watch my video, and please do, about it. I speak directly to that. Like, as much as I think Google's doing amazing things, it's difficult to buy into them, and I do wonder how long the Pixel will last, because so few people have bought it. Like, how long is it going to last before they eventually say, all right, these features are now open source or whatever? Then everybody else wins. And then Google changes. I don't know. Or Google goes mid-range with their offerings. I don't know. There's just not enough people who bought into the Pixel. And I don't think completing the ecosystem is going to make it any better. Because it's just you're paying a lot of money for something that isn't Apple. That's the thing. People pay a lot of money for Samsung, and I think it's a decent alternative to Apple, but I don't think they're willing to do that for Google. Seem to be interested enough to invest in an entire SoC. The Tegra, yeah? Tegra? Is that what it is? Let's screw that up. You miss LG? Yeah. You know who else misses LG? Fix'em Dude. Fix'em Dude loved LG. I sent him the LG dual screen, one of the last phones they produced. I was lucky enough to meet someone from LG that I got connected to. Tensor 2 SoC. Yeah, that's on the new Pixel. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're talking Pixel. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but not enough people are buying it. Even if they invested all that, then not enough people are buying it. Yeah, see, I like the idea of LG stuff. It's just they didn't. By the time I would have been interested in it, they didn't have a high enough refresh rate on their screens. Like, it wasn't 90 hertz. And I'm like, yeah, the software was it was okay. And the Pixel was good enough. So, unfortunately, it just, I did not, I was the wrong, wait a minute, how do I keep friggin' doing this? My headpiece is here. I tend to run technology into the ground. Tend to. Which doesn't mean I actually do. Oh, there it is. Find it. Really wanted that high refresh Razer phone. It'd be interesting. Google seems to be making its biggest investments in AI ML. You can see that in the Pixel phones in terms of features unique to those devices. See, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, why don't they open source that? Why doesn't that become a part of Android? Why does it have to be Google exclusive? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what's in my mind a little frustrating, because I'm like, man, that would be great if it wasn't on a if it wasn't just on a Pixel. Not that, you know, I had terrible issues with the Pixel. I would seriously still consider switching back to a Pixel. All things considered, despite all the shortcomings, I would potentially consider it. If everything was equally as snappy or better, despite all the shortcomings, including that damn nav bar. I will complain about that nav bar until they eliminate it or mitigate it entirely. I still don't know why Google has made certain decisions that other Android manufacturers have made things easier and Google has made things more difficult. Some of those become available to the rest of Android. Live caption originated on the Pixel. Now it's baked in the Android 12. Yeah, but I'm saying like the photo stuff, or even the voice stuff is dramatically better on a Pixel. The voice, any kind of voice anything is so much better on a Pixel. So much. We'll see about the photos. We'll see how that works when I get mine. We'll see about the responsiveness. We'll see if we see, you know, lag. Pixel lag. That unfortunately is there. Night sight is unrivaled. I don't disagree, generally, but last year's Pixel 6 Pro, I was not impressed. Like, I was actually more impressed with the Samsung device than I was with the Pixel. It was shockingly not good on the Pixel 6 Pro compared to the Samsung. And the Samsung's not that great. And the iPhone sucked. The iPhone got better in terms of quality, in terms of my tests. But yeah, the night sight used to be like amazing. Now, granted, they may be tweaking or may have tweaked their algorithms or may need to retweak their algorithms. But like at the point where, you know, I'm trying a device brand new and it's not good, I'm not going to sit around here and wait for it to get good. Oh, thank you, Zombie. You love the astrophotography feature? Yeah, it's pretty neat. I used it a couple times. I'm not going to put it in the realm of gimmickry, but big photo AI push right now is racial skin tones. Well, Google's definitely ahead there. They are definitely ahead in that department by far. Hey, Nexonaut. I'm about to go get a beer refill here. Before I do, though, I want to get this head on or in. Got my Dark Trooper heads, my Choco Dark Troopers. Stays crunchy in milk. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ow, ow, ow. Boy, this does not want to. Sometimes I'm able to get it in quick, but I'm afraid I'm going to snap it. Beer refill. This is a Big Ballard Imperial IPA. Thing with Apple. It's Android 11, Android TV 9.1. Okay. Thank you. I'll have to look at which latest versions are out there. Not that I think that matters as long as the experience is good. Versions don't matter much. As long as it gets security updates, I'm happy. If it doesn't get security updates, I'm like, no. Sorry. Nope. Don't trust you. All those media devices go in a certain part of my network. The untrusted part. I'm like, yeah, don't trust you. Don't trust you. Nope. Average user is shooting on the fly. Yeah, I know. That's me, Steven. And that's where... Okay, Zombie, I will. I absolutely will. I'm very much looking forward to it. BC! Thank you for the raid.
BC_2_3D rated my stream with 11 viewers.
I just did a couple of chocolate dark troopers. They're not real chocolate, though. It's just faux chocolate. We are experiencing Earth remotely by way of MakerDeck here. We've just been talking about, I get not consoles, but like, consoles? What would you call them? TV, like Apple TV, Google TV, NVIDIA Shield. That's what we've been talking about. And then we started, because, you know, the Pixel announcements happened today, so we were talking about that and people's choices and what have you. Good to see you, Royal Nomi. Roku, yes, that's another one. Although I did not, I've never done a Roku. I'm more inclined to go Google TV than a Roku, honestly. I'm pretty happy having Google Assistant integrated. Very happy with it, honestly. And not that I use it as much, but it's just nice to know that it absolutely works. Too locked down, the Roku. Krusty loves his Roku. Hello, Amish. Good to see. Oh, did you change you're now the Amish Man 3D. I assume that's you're changing your name. You've changed your name. Sorry, I barely recognized you there with your new handle. Hello, Stephen Poole and everybody. Hope you had a good stream over there. Here, let me show you my recent print. So I did, since y'all are into that, and I know you're into that, I did a dark trooper. This is a Play Action Toys articulated, well, it's not chocolate. It's a very chocolatey filament. A Choco Trooper. Stays crunchy in milk. Various pieces that are assembled. I got some fuzz there. But, oh, sorry, it's out of focus. Get out of here. I got to put it in front of my face, I guess. Did that. And then, as I had been doing over the past day or so, printing these 9 nums. These are also Play Action Toys, also articulated figures. Polymaker filament, mostly 0.2 mm on all the pieces except for the head, the face, and the cap. Those were at 0.7, just for the details. Sorry, I got all these you see all the fuzzies when you get up close. But anyway, I printed 4 of these little these articulated dudes, 9 num. Too easy to do. Very easy to do. Available in his Patreon, so you can do that. You can get it in his Patreon. Intergalactic chocolate. There you go, Zombie. Not far off. See, the Amish Man 3D. It's not just me. No, it's not. Hey, Jerry. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome back. You like your Rokus? I'm happy. I feel I'm happiest with the Google TVs, honestly. Like the Roku's remote app because projector in bedroom has very tiny speaker. Oh. See, I don't use any apps. Color looks great and his models are amazing. Oh, yeah, no. Play Action Toys. Dude, he launched his Patreon. I wasn't the first because I didn't know about it, but I'm like, sign me up. Because he does 4 models a month. I'm like, that's potentially 4 new Star Wars figures every month. I'm like, yes, please. So now I got a 9 num. Tomorrow I'm going to be printing a B2. Or 2 B2s, actually. Ended up using the apps because I lose the remotes within the first. Oh, I don't lose the remotes. Well, I saw the Mario Brothers trailer. In fact, I did a reaction video that I have to edit in order to get onto Twitter. Unfortunately, I gotta edit it because it only takes so much time. Boy, I'm almost done with this filament here. It's winding down. I thought I'd be able to do maybe a couple of the Wexter mini dudes at like micro scale. This is like mini dude Vader. Finishing up the spool here. Or trying to finish up the spool. Attempting to. And I guess I've got maybe this one, maybe 2 others that I can get out of it. You get end of spool anxiety. That's why I do the small things, though. Listen to your Roku in bed with headphones through the phone app. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. See, I'm a big believer, though, in minimizing the amount of stuff we have. So it's like, could I hold on to the Apple TV and the Chromecast? Possibly. I'd probably hold on to like one Apple TV, you know, just in case, for whatever reason. But everything else would be replaced. Although I'm not sure. We've still got a TV, a 720p HD TV, the first one I ever had. A plasma screen, a Panasonic Plasma. I'm not sure if I can make that dongle connection from the TV, though. I'm not sure how the HDMI cable would be connected. Can you... Is there a female-to-female HDMI connector? Does that work? A female-to-female? Or sorry, you know, a female, like... So I've got a male and then another male. Is there a female connector that works? To connect... Okay. No, that's what they call them. Male-female connectors, right? So, like... I mean, at least that was the term that I remember, you know, seeing, like, as long as you've got, because I got a cable that's coming out into the Apple TV, what I'd want to do is connect the Chromecast to that. But in order to do that, I'd need a female converter, basically. Because of the setup. It's an old legacy setup, I'll say that. As long as the HDMI would still work that way, because it would just be easier. It'd be so much easier to do. And then at that point, they're called couplers. Small connector, female on each end. Couplers. Okay, female to female coupler then. Remember your son looking for some? See, I can't imagine them not existing. They're called connectors, couplers, etc. So they do exist. Yeah. $5, $6 on Amazon. Nothing. You get 6 of them for $5, $6. Those have got to be really bad, though. I can't imagine those being really... They're all like generic. Monoprice has one for $3. They're all probably trash. But, like, honestly, we just don't use we don't use that system all that much. I'm just looking, like I said, to eliminate the Apple TV legacy stuff, which is honestly at this point overkill. We just don't use this as much. All right, so do I go with a 6-piece for $6, 6 pieces? Which seems really cheap. Like, almost too cheap. And I can't imagine these things working, like, so well. And I'm not worried about all the latest standards, because this is going to be connecting to a 720p TV. This is not for, like, high speed. Yeah, see, I feel like a 6-pack is not going to be... Amazon Basics has got a couple. Maybe I'll go with Amazon Basics. I'm not saying it's the best, but I just think go with that as a white label. Amazon Basics has been decent for me. And they come with two for $6. Just in case. Because I'm looking at upgrading the Apple TV there. Hello, Blacksmith Pop. You have an HDMI switch you plug in, 3 game consoles and a Fire Stick. Never did the Fire Stick. Why do I need the Apple TV? I don't need the Apple. I don't need both. What I'm looking to do is, yes, they are doing a Mario movie, and it looks interesting. It looks fun. I don't know if I'd see it in the theater, but I'd probably watch it. I think Jedi might get a kick out of it. The trailer looked fun, certainly. I don't need an Apple TV and Shield. I need a good Google TV experience in one way or another. I'm looking for a more responsive one. It's been a while since I'd updated. And I'm looking to basically eliminate the Apple TVs that we have. Basically replace the Apple TVs. Because they're not... Honestly, I don't find them all that useful anymore. They're a pain in the neck. To be honest. Yeah, no worries, Zombie. I will. So I wonder if they'll explain the Mario name in this one. Oh yeah, good question, Kit Skyfire. I'm wondering how he got to the world, too. I mean, they didn't spoil that, but... Gonna take you another year to swap out? Yeah, I totally understand that. I understand how that works. Alright, Zombie, give me a second. Let me... Oh, there you are. Okay, give me a moment. I have a file. I've never heard of this service before, but I'm downloading it right now, buddy. Thank you for this. I want to see how responsive the NVIDIA Shield is. This is the thing they don't talk about. It's not about, like, the features. It's about the implementation. It's about the speed. All right, here we go. I'm going to watch it here. Now, granted, this is a 60 frame per second video, so this is from Zombie. I'm watching. Yeah, that looks exactly like, pretty much, yeah, that's exactly like Google TV. No faster or no slower. I mean, doesn't seem... There's the Netflix sound. Yeah, no faster or no slower. But seemingly quick enough, zippy enough, or maybe just a slightly more zippy. I mean, you've got the network that's, you know, obviously loading stuff. He must have... I think Zombie's got a better network than I do. Okay, so he launches YouTube. How quick does that load? Ah, that loaded quick. That loaded way quicker than mine. Oh, yeah, he was able to get right in there. Oh, look! Hey, look there! Zombie subscribes to me on YouTube. I saw my Pixel Pains video. Yeah, you're whipping in and out. Okay, I think that's enough to get me to do it. I'm looking into options right now to get gigabit here. I'm not there yet, but I'm looking to get gigabit in some way, shape, or form. Suck down the shower drain during a plumbing job, just like a Saturday morning cartoon. Well, I hope so. What about that? No, I'm not. Xiaomi, I'm not doing right now. Yes. I understand that, Steven. Thank you. You have a macro that lets you double-click the home button to launch YouTube. See, I don't want to launch any special apps. You're 420? Dude, I'm still like 175.20. No, 175.25. And I want 200, I'm sorry, 2,000, or I guess 2 gig. I want 2 gig down ultimately. And like if I can go 200 up, it'd be great. Oh, dude, 1,000. 70 a month? I hate you. I absolutely hate you. It's so not fair. It is so not fair. It's just not fair. Not even close to being fair. That is stupidly not fair. I'm slow by comparison, dude. I am so friggin' slow. 175.25. I've been that way for at least 8 years. So I'm trying to find... Yeah, but fiber doesn't... I can't get fiber. It's not an option here. So, yeah. I basically only have one option. It's a monopoly. It's frustrating. It's absolutely maddening. Honestly. Maddening. I only have one option. Oops. So, Like I said, I'm looking into getting a better service. And I'm probably going to pay out the nose for sure. I mean, what am I going to do? Move? It doesn't make any sense. 720.25. See, but at least you get 720. I'm 175.25. Yeah, but see, you'd rather have, here's the thing. You'd rather have your upload download speeds be equal or closer to equal than having a disparity. You're actually better off at a 450, 550 than you would be at a 1030. Yeah, 25 up. For at least 8 years, if not longer. 25 up. It takes a little bit to upload videos, yeah. Not horribly, but buy a new house, rent a cable, yeah. Oh, if only I could. If only. If only it was so easy. You have no clue, Royal Nomi? You're probably better for not knowing, because then you realize either how horrible it is by comparison, or you realize just how good it is, and then when you don't have it, then you're like, oh man, not like at home. All right, speaking of, yeah, see, the problem is the bandwidth, the upload would not be good. The home internet, I have looked into the wireless 5G stuff, but the downloads really, I mean, it may be a little better, but the upload's seemingly worse. Like, it just does, it wouldn't, it doesn't make any sense. Especially, like, the upload would be like 3. I'm like, no. Nope. So, I'm not, yeah, it's not reliable enough right now, so I can't do it. It depends on the area, and they haven't, I mean, trust me, if they said, well, we could upgrade to fiber, but it would cost an extra, you know, your taxes would go up by X. I'm like, sign me up. How much I gotta pay? Fine. Yes. Bandwidth woes. All right. I'm going to drown my sorrows in a beer that I'm going to open in just a moment. I will BRB. Keep an eye on this Vader. It should be finishing in the next 13. I'll be back before 13 minutes. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to chat with you again. I can see that you are streaming, and the people, they are cheering. And maybe someone will gift us up. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. They hope for the sound of silence. Thank you. Yes, Mighty Bean and I are holding down the fort on the West Coast. Hello, Subsector. As the East Coast is partying, we are in the Middle Coast is doing whatever. Fix him, dude. All right. Oh, man. Every time I think about it, I just like, I wish things could be different here. Oh, I wish things could be different here. But they're not. Why doesn't Washington, the capital of the United States, have fiber? It's all about your neighborhood, dude. Whatever. We'll have a party someday. Yes. We will plan a Maker Deck IRL. And we'll bring it out to the Seattle area. I may need help. You know, we'll probably need to help find some sponsors. Microsoft, maybe? What do you think? Huh? Yeah, you got some makers there? Yeah? Sign them up. I'd get Intel, but I think that would be a conflict of interest, unfortunately. Though they'd probably be, down. I'm like, well, if I pass it on to somebody else, I'm like, oh, I'm not the one negotiating. Some HOAs just don't want the utilities sharing up the streets. Yeah, but that's stupid. Everybody in our neighborhood would scream for better service. Scream for better service. It would do it in a heartbeat. But we have no options. Yeah, they do have a maker garage on the campus. Mighty Bean, we talked to them. The problem is it wouldn't be large enough, unfortunately, for what we'd need to do. We'd need a lot more space. That would be a limitation, Mighty Bean, on for the campus, for something like that. Not a bad idea for like just a casual kind of a meetup kind of place, though. Oh, Zombie, thank you for gifting a sub to Mighty Bean.
Zombie Hedgehog gifted Mighty_Bean a subscription. Zombie Hedgehog gifted a tier 1 sub to Mighty_Bean. They have given 10 gift subs in the channel.
Appreciate it. And all the help and all the work that you put in. And the help with the deck. Also very appreciated. Speaking of makers, we've been geeking out here for a bit on things that have been top of my mind. What is this? Microsoft wants me to set the default browser to search to Bing again. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. Nope. I think not. We're going to pop over to Discord and then to Edge, Twitter. I use Microsoft Edge on the Windows desktop. Damn, you have to wake up tomorrow. Yes. Waking up. Well, we do have help. Average Joe Mike is going to be helping watch the deck during IRF when Liz is away. I ended up getting a few more seats added to the StreamYard, so we've got a few seats there we basically needed to add another slot. We needed to add another seat for someone to watch Maker Deck who could. Especially, sometimes the more we have, the better. There is such a thing as too much, though. You're not a Bing fan? I like the idea of Bing. Use Microsoft Edge simply because my employer requires it. Oh, yeah. See, it doesn't require it. I can use Chrome. I found that I can use Google. I found that Edge on Android, kind of jank. Kind of not great. Edge on Windows, it's not bad. I've never tried Edge on... I mean, it's built in, so I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's on the desktop. It's Chrome. It's close enough. I haven't done Edge on the on Mac OS, though. Big Jono's Tombstone Drink Coaster concept. It's pretty cool. Bev E. Rage. I love it. Such a good job, Big Jono. Once finalized, I'll post it to printables. Are you gonna have a whole series? This is great. Big Jono, this is so much fun. I love it. What a creative coaster. That is a very creative coaster. And it works. It fits. Look at that. It fits. It fits. Otter's Danger Den. What has he made here? Is that a kiln? You're killing me. Did he do a 3D rendering? Is that what that was? Flexi Factory Imperial Dragon and Flashforge Burnt Titanium. 24 inches long. Wow, Feisty Kitty. Wow, she may be gone. She's like birthday partying. She's drunk. She's done for the day. Moko Maid. Heyo. How you doing? We're just browsing everybody's makes. We were talking about other things like internet connections and new Google Pixel announcements. So if you're not following, hang on. I've got to use this command more, as do I've got to encourage our mods too. I'll do a couple more shout outs here. MocoMade, if you're not watching them, you should. And the sibling shit show, but it isn't. It's fun. And you know, I've got siblings myself, but I if we ever did anything together, it would be pandemonium. Absolute pandemonium. So since they do sharts, right? You know, you're sharing your art, right? They constantly promote other people. Here's what I sharted. This is a 9num figure. It's an articulated figure, 3D printed. The Star Wars figure, of course. And a chocolate-themed Dark Trooper. Also a Star Wars figure from Play Action Toys. Right now, I'm finishing up a spool of filament, printing these super, super, super tiny Darth Vaders. These Darth Vader minis. Because I'm almost done with the filament. So I'm like just trying to get through it. And yeah, I don't want to throw it away. I love the shout-out command. So like, you know, I've been using it, especially when topics come up. It's a good way of supporting other streamers, especially when they're streaming at the same time you are. It's a good way of saying, hey, these people are always good people to watch. So you never know. You were lurking until I heard some Moco Loco. Wait, I had a Loco Moco. I've had Loco Moco before. It's good. It's tasty. I don't think that's the same kind. I don't think they make Loco Moco, I should say, on MocoMade. Or have you? Have you done a Loco Moco? The problem I have with the shout-out command, I have a problem. I do it too quickly sometimes, and it's arbitrary seemingly. I mean, there must be like a 3-minute, 5-minute, whatever. I wish I could queue them up, right? I wish I could stack them. It would be so much easier. Oh, the sparkle on the Darth Vader? Yes, Royal Nomi. This is the Galaxy Black. This is the Prusament Galaxy Black, the first filament I ever used. I still have the original spool right here. See that Moco Loco, that would throw me off. Having had Loco Moco before in Hawaii, which was when I was pre-vegan in my meat eating days, it was delicious. I suppose I could probably find a way to do a vegan Loco Moco. No, I don't, Royal Nomi. I think I've got one more Darth Vader. I believe it or not, I think maybe one more out of what I've got here, and I'd be good. Oh, no, they are very Loco. Extremely. Extremely. Which, by the way, is a compliment. Let me make sure I give a shout out to BC23D for the raid too. I missed that earlier. If you're not following them, you should. Because let's face it, there are more than just a few makers there or out there on Twitch. I mean, I make, but as demonstrated before, I go off topic constantly. To the point of flipping back to the makes as we're scrolling through. Feisty Kitty doing that dragon, the Imperial Dragon. Omaha built a desk. Wait a minute. Built a desk. And what's this? Building code. Oh, the build's made by solder, manufacturing defect. One of the drawer pieces leaves it 98% complete. Should be here tomorrow. Took about 3 days. Oh, man, that's a lot of screens, dude. It's a ton of screens. Speaking of makers, we got Fix'em Dude doing another sign, color swap version. Printed on MakerDeck and the Bamboo X1 Carbon. Dude, this is so cool. May the pumpkin spice be with you. I love the Rebel Sigil. Sigil. That's a fun one there. Yes, indeed. What is MakerDeck? Well, MakerDeck is a virtual makerspace, 24/7. It is sponsoring Earth. And I know everybody who's watching tonight is clearly not at Earth, which is fine. I'd be shocked if any of you here tonight were not there because it seems like every other maker that I know is there or it's heading there. Like one of the two. Big Jano also tweeted the Tombstone, his custom Tombstone cup holder. Oh, by the way, you can now do mixed media on Twitter. You can do both photos and video in the same tweet, which I could have used in the past. Like what? What do you mean, like what? No one seems to like it so far in printables? Well, give him time, Pixum Dude. Give him time. I gotta look at it. Not that, you know. Earth Schmurf, I'll just hang on to Maker Deck. Well, you know, live vicariously. Yeah, pumpkin spice. See, that's the thing. Is like, I'm not a pumpkin spice fanboy. Maybe a sip of something, maybe a bite of something, but beyond that, not so much. Pumpkin all the things. No. I'm all, okay, so for seasonal drinks, I'm not about the pumpkinizing. I'm all about the peppermintizing. I will peppermint something before I pumpkin it. Give me peppermint. So I'm all about the peppermint mocha. Not about anything else. Pumpkin spice is overrated. Totally agree. It became a thing. I don't know why it became a thing. All right. I believe we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more. I'm using lightning infill on these too, by the way. 7 more go-arounds for the Vaders. Cute little Vaders. I like pumpkin pie. I hate pumpkin pie. Ugh. Let me loose for peppermint mocha frappuccinos. Yes. Yes, please. I get why people like it, but I hate pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin flavor stuff. Pumpkin seeds I don't mind without their the husks, the shell. Those are pretty tasty. But, you know, beyond that, I don't understand. Apart from it's another thing to sell. Pumpkin spice something. I'll wait for the peppermint. Thank you very much. You grew a pumpkin when you were 14. Won a first place at your fair? Cut it open on Halloween. And there was frost and the seeds were sprouting inside. Whoa. Took 4 dudes to pick it up. Thank you for reading my pumpkin story. Did you get a merit badge for that? That's amazing. I don't do a lot of the fancy drinks at Starbucks. If I go to Starbucks and get a drink, I mean, it's espresso. Well, at this point, it's decaf espresso. You still have the award? Well, I hope so, as long as you still don't have the pumpkin. Really leave Epcot without buying peppermint candy. Oh, really? Is that tasty? Good candy? Hey, it's peppermint. It can't be bad. I've always been a fan of peppermint. Always. Spearmint, wintergreen, sure, but I'm all about the peppermint. Peppermint is easily, of all the mints that are not Fotis mints, I would never stick a Fotis mint in my mouth. Fotis mints were designed to be made, to be printed, not designed to be eaten. Do not ever eat a Fotis mint. If someone ever offers you a Fotis mint and they expect you're going to eat it, run away.
Omahide Prince cheered X100. Sounds kinky.
It is. Extremely, because I know he's not watching. Sorry for leaving it hanging there. Josh printed Pink's Maker Deck card holder. Fotis mint mystery flavor. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what Fotis mint tastes like. He is my favorite mint. And he's my favorite non-edible mint. By far. Of all the mints, my favorite. But if I have to eat a mint, it's going to be peppermint. They literally have pumpkin spice beer? What? I might try it once. Probably not as good as this Imperial IPA. Anyway, this card holder that Pink did is astounding. And I love that it works so well and that Josh printed it. You have pumpkin spice beer in the fridge? Oh boy. And then this is yesterday's tweet, Krusty's car. We showed that. Not a lot of activity because everyone's off to Earth. Can you shop beer? What do you mean? Shop? I have too many cards too, Steven. So I don't use card holders anymore. I mean, I have a wallet, yes. And I have like one card that I use constantly. But I've mentioned this before. I'll mention it again. I can find my phone. It's an app that's cross-platform. If you're not using it, you should. It's called Stocard. And Stocard is free. It is... Here, I hate when they do that. You can load all of your affinity cards on here. All of them. So, like, any accounts, I'm not going to show anything because these are obviously my affinity accounts, but they load up really quick. You can add custom stuff. Very easy to use, very easy to manage. I've used it for years. I open it up in, when I go to the store, I'm like, well, we don't know if we can use that. I'm like, trust me, it works because I've used it before. And they scan it, I'm like, wow, it works. I had no idea. Stocard, free. Stocard. I was thinking actually about doing a YouTube video on it. Use Legacy Google Play pay for your digital cards. Are they sunsetting that though? I think they're moving to Google Wallet, which I'm not flipping over to at this point. At some point, I probably will migrate to Google Wallet when I know they're going to be around indefinitely, but Stocard works for me for now. If a person were young, they could go to both NYCC and IRF this weekend. And TwitchCon. New York Comic Con, IRF, and TwitchCon. All happening in the same freaking weekend. Like, I'm glad I didn't have to make a decision. Because honestly, I would have enjoyed going to all of them. App is officially signed for keeping Legacy Google Pay out there for the rest. I don't know how that's going to go. TwitchCon is interesting. I've never been. I wish it was in Seattle, like Penny Arcade. But I don't do it. See, the problem is like, unless I feel like I'm going to be represented, it's kind of difficult for me to go. I'm not a gamer. Twitch, I'm telling you, Twitch needs TwitchCon right now. They need it. Because I'm telling you, Twitch engagement has changed. And I'm not the only one to have noticed this. They've lost a few people recently. Twitch is going through an identity crisis. They've made some changes that I think have made it not more challenging, not inhospitable, but different for streamers. Well, you never know, Zombie. What's the next thing? What do you mean, Astronaut? Narrow it down. First TwitchCon in Seattle, moved it down to San Diego. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, Amazon's up here. Twitch is losing some rather famous streamers to YouTube. Yeah, but they're gamers, which is fine. But Twitch needs to diversify. Diversify. They need to diversify. Without diversification, that's what happens. Oh, Amazon is very nice. Don't get me wrong. We may be working with them. With MakerDeck. Yeah, Facebook's sunsetting the Facebook gaming app doesn't surprise me. Remember, it's an option for them. I say that like Jeff Bezos. Well, Jeff's not even really involved anymore, is he? He's gone. He's moved on. No? Progstock, sorry. Progressive. Oh, by the way, Feisty Kitty, amazing Imperial Dragon. See, with a lot of these dragons, I have a feeling I'm going to have to buy them from people. Because I'm like, yeah, I could print them, but like, y'all do such a good job with such amazing filament that I just soon pay for them. Like, dude, this is just too good. Well, that's amazing, Feisty Kitty. I honestly, for as much as the dragon craze, I have not done a lot of dragons. Now, Saturday, I've got a new bamboo. They sent a replacement unit since I got a pre-production. They sent a replacement unit. So I'm going to, on Saturday, I'm thinking about going live very early with a wide-angle camera. Hopefully it works wide-angle. And basically unboxing the bamboo. And then sending back the original bamboo. I currently have 2 bamboo. The first one's going back. You printed Toothless, no other dragons. Oh, really, Ethan Stad? Okay. I've done one dragon, but a lot of them they're not. They're like, that's kind of interesting, but like I've only done one that really like, whoa, this is a really cool dragon. I really want to print it. And then some others were sent to me. I'm very grateful. I mean, yes, I 3D print stuff, but I'm very grateful when people send things to me. Like, for example, like if I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say Liz had this model and she printed several of her 9-nums. She sent it to me. I'd be just as happy with her sending me something like this as me printing one. Now I know, as a matter of fact, confidently, I feel a high degree of confidence that Liz will be printing her own 9-num. Like, guaranteed she's going to be doing it. Your care package is adding up, lol. Oh, wait a minute. You're working on... I did not know you were working on a care package. I've only done one Photosmint Dragon, honestly. I've only done one. There's a lot to print, and everyone's got their favorites. I'm currently down to just using the Prusa Mini. When the new Bamboo is set up, hopefully I'll be back using that. But even then, I was doing lightsabers, right? I was still, and there's a kid in the neighborhood, and there's always another project, right? There was a kid in the neighborhood that really wants a collapsible lightsaber. So I want to try to get it working right, but the problem is that I was having problems with the blade. The blade was just not printing properly at all. You just brought supper. Did he fall asleep in his steak, Pezliz? Did he fall asleep in his steak? In his mashed potato? Is he gonna wake up with like mashed potato face? Like, thank you, Pezliz. I appreciate it. That was my impression of Photosmint. Wendy's salad. Salad? No. Bring him a Wendy's chili. Which I realize is probably like bad meat, but yeah, you don't want to get him sick his first day in America. You don't want to do that. But I used to love Wendy's salad bar. Oh my God. I remember. Oh, let me tell you how much I love Wendy's salad bar. I love Wendy's salad. We went one family vacation. We were traveling, right, and we'd hit every Wendy's because they had salad bar and they had the chili and all that stuff. And like everywhere we ate was Wendy's. I swear to God, every restaurant we hit was Wendy's. And every Wendy's that we went to, I would have blue cheese salad dressing. And I mean, it was a kid, right? But I just loved blue cheese. I loved blue cheese. And I remember eating so much of it. I mean, so much of it that I had to go so bad. So I'm like, you don't understand how bad. I had some bad blue cheese. I'm going to say I had some bad blue cheese. It was some bad blue cheese. Bad. Blue cheese is not vegan. No, you can get blue cheese flavor, but it is definitely not vegan. Oh, but that's my flavor profile. I know, big oof, but you know what? No regrets. No regrets whatsoever. Just in case you didn't understand here, I'm going to write it down for you so you understand. Here, hang on. No. Absolutely no regrets. No regrets. I love strong flavors though. Black olives, specifically the ones that are like super cured in salt. Beers that are imperial, although I can't take any beer or alcohol that's been like the bourbon aged stuff. I'm like, I can't stomach that. My coffee I take with either thick heavy cream, which I haven't had in ages, or decaf. It's going to be espresso. Black licorice is just, I might have liked it eons ago, but not so much anymore. Not so much. You'd be surprised. Royal Nomi. You'd think I'd like black licorice because it's so strong, but I never developed a taste for it. Anise is just not my spice. Anise tastes like ass to me. Well, not that I know, but I'm just saying if I knew what it was, I mean, if I had a guess as to what, never mind. I'm gonna, no hypers. Anise is a spice. A-N-I-S. No, A-N-I-S-E. Thank you. Yes, I got it right before you corrected me, Eric Abernathy. Anise. Liz did not eat the cookies. She's too kind. Liz is one of the kindest people I've ever known. One of the more considerate people I've ever known. And easily one of the hearts of MakerDeck. Because you see, MakerDeck is very much like Doctor Who. It has multiple hearts. Many hearts. Everybody who's participating is a heart. You went to Brazilian churrascaria? Is that like Fogo de Chao? I remember in my pre-vegan days going to... you gotta go to Fogo de Chao. Oh my God. Oh my God. I did not poop for a month. That was... Let me tell you. That was like Meatsville. Meatsville there. It's been like 10 years. When's the next Streaming Room remake? Streaming Room? What's that? Sorry, Astronac. Churrascaria. Oh, yeah, that's like Fogo de Chao. That's Fogo de Chao does that. I'm surprised they let Pezliz into the country. Isn't she a wanted criminal for stealing all our hearts? Yes, it's true. They usually hold her back at customs like, excuse me. Don't I know you from somewhere? And Liz is like, no. No. There's a Twitch channel. Your voice sound it's familiar. Are you on the radio? KACL? You're that radio person. Your voice. Sorry, KACL. Does anybody get the reference? Am I the only one? See, Mocha made Fogo de Chao is the only place I've ever gotten a Brazilian. Wouldn't you consider it getting a Brazilian if you go to Fogo de Chao? Yeah? You caught the reference, Fraser? Yes! Oh my God. And am I wearing makeup? Huh? They're not rebooting Frasier, but they're effectively doing a sequel to Frasier. My concern, Royal Nomi, is this. I love Frasier. Frasier is easily one of the go-to sitcoms. I don't know why I have these weird sitcoms that I can just watch and enjoy, genuinely enjoy. Frasier, Golden Girls. I mean, of course, back in the day, I wouldn't call Brady Bunch a sitcom. Those were, classic shows. But, like, yeah, I could... And I don't know why. I don't know if it's... that I enjoyed Frasier because when I watched it, I lived here in Seattle. And I was younger than Frasier. And I felt a connection to him. Now, when I watch Frasier, I'm older than Frasier. Because, he's talking about being 43 years old. Well, I am definitely north of 43. But I'm interested. I'm concerned, though, that it's not going to have the magic of Frasier. The ensemble, right? The cast. Because they may make, cameo appearances or cameos. But I kind of wish it wasn't. I'm glad it's not in Seattle anymore. Kind of. But at the same time, I wish it was still in Seattle. And I wish it was still the same cast of characters, right? So I'm cautiously optimistic is probably the best phrase to use in this way. That's not... How is that a song? And Royal Nomi, I hope it will be good, but I just don't expect it to be as good as the original. I don't expect it at all. Wow, Steven Bueller, that sounds crazy. I can't. How do I sing What is Maker Deck? That doesn't even make any sense. You saw a freaking Golden Girls action figure at Walmart. My life is now complete. They have made them. I think McFarlane made a series, like 6-inch super articulated figures for a while, figurines for a while. But I'm like, this is too overpriced. I'm not gonna do it. Did Super 7 and Funko make Golden Girls 5 POA figures? I can't remember. Not that I would buy them. The only we do have in this house Golden Girls figures. We do. Little People. There are Little People Golden Girls figurines. I got them like last year. I was like, oh, they had a Christmas Story figurines. I think this year they're releasing Christmas Vacation, Little People figurines. And I just bought them because Jedi's into I like figurines and Jedi's into them, so I got them. But then I went researching. It was a few months ago, turning 49. I looked up, and the Blanche Devereaux is, I think, in the Golden Girls, she plays a character that's 53 years old. So I am 4 years... Y'all, I am 4 years away. I am 4 years away from being Golden Girls territory. My grandmother, I remember, loved watching the show. Oh, no, I need to get a colonoscopy. You should get that stuff scheduled sooner rather than later. I know I need to get one scheduled for whatever it's worth. The dad on Frasier made the show. Yeah, John Mahoney. Amazing. Amazing. I'm not saying I'm a Frasier file, but I've probably seen every episode at least 4 times, 5 times. Not sure it falls into sitcom, but I like watching MASH. I never got into MASH. I like the theme song. Like Taxi. I like the theme song of Taxi, which they played on Rick and Morty this week. I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. I know I like the song. I just can't like hum it from memory. They're doing a lot of the old shows, can't come up with anything new or original, which kind of is sad, isn't it? Last episode, he jetted off with a chick on a whim. Yes, Mystery Goat, he went to Chicago. So it's possible he's in Chicago or somewhere, another big city. I'd imagine it's going to be in a big city. I can't imagine it not being. Someone in chat to sing Maker Deck 2. But what's the song, Zombie? Sophia was the mama, yes, the old. Well, actually, Royal Nomi, in the actual show, the actresses, Sophia was the youngest, I believe, the youngest actress of the Golden Girls, despite playing the oldest character. The actress who played Sophia, her name's right on the tip of my tongue. There have been Golden Girls bobbleheads. You'll find Golden Girls merch out there. Name a song? I don't know. Estelle Getty. Yeah, thank you. Today's 49 for you. Well, Feisty Kitty, happy friggin' birthday. Welcome to my territory. July was my 49th. Stop, I'm 2 from 60. Well, we're catching up. They changed the age to 45 for colonoscopies. Wow. I have to schedule something. I know I do. The problem is, can you just give me a colonoscopy? The funny thing is, I'd rather go in for a colonoscopy than getting a blood test. If I go in and say, well, we need to check your cholesterol. I'm like, I don't. I'd rather have that than this. Does that make this is better than this for me? I'm saying that now. They could Doc Hollywood and have Frasier go to a small town. That would see Ethan's dad or Marcus. Yes, that wouldn't be too far off. My feeling is for a Frasier sequel. Here's my gut. I want to see Frasier move in with Frederick. That's what I want to see. That is the sequel. If it's anything less than that, because he can't live the same life, right? He's not going to have a social life. He's not going to be, night out on the town, social, climbing the social ladder. It's that was Frasier, right? It's got to be completely new, but it's got to echo the past, right? It's got to call upon the past because we knew Frasier, right? We grew to love him. My feeling is something happens with Frasier that he's something, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not an injury, but maybe he's trying to get back on his feet. Maybe something happened. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but he's something, and he's humbled, and he's got to play not the role of his dad, but that to me would make a valid premise. And this is I've thought about this, right? I've thought about this a lot. Like, what would they do? I feel it would be an interesting journey to have him effectively, maybe it doesn't happen at the beginning of season 1, but at the end of season 1, he moves in with Frederick, right? And I think that would be, good. I really do. I don't know why. There's something about it that I feel you could write around. That. Oh, thank you for being a deck. You're printing here and what the heck? I've got filament, and it's almost out. And if you had some more, you could probably print another. But who knows? Maybe you won't be able to, because hopefully this won't run out. Thank you for being a print. I'm trying to think. Thank you for being a print. You're going and extruding out again. Unfortunately, you are not made by Fotis Mint. And now I'm gonna go to the corner, 'cause I was sent by the free heathen. So I'm gonna keep singing back here in the corner. And that's up to say thank you for being a mint. And if you threw a party, well then you know I'd show up. I'd probably be there staring uncomfortably and looking at you, say thank you for being a friend. Your heart is true and the filament is what you want. Ah. And if you threw a thing and had everybody watching, you would know the biggest thing would be for me. And you'd see engraved on the bottom, it would say, thank you for being a deck. And I know you're seeing it. And when you see it, you think I'm saying something else, but I'm saying deck, because it's kind of like maker deck. And if you threw a maker, whatever you do, don't throw them overboard, because if you do, they may not land softly, and then they would probably break a leg. Thank you for being a deck. Travel around the stream and back again. I'm gonna sit here, cause that's what the redemption was. Dangerous times to be doing this, cause if you're not aware, things are a bit different than they could be, cause otherwise I'll sit here and keep singing this song. At least you can see what's on the TV, and that is Maker Deck 24/7.
Zombie Hedgehog gifted the free Hedon a subscription. Zombie Hedgehog gifted a tier 1 sub to the free Hedon. They have given 11 gift subs in the channel.
Well, I could not hear what did I miss? Oh, sorry, I missed Ethan's dad. And I missed Omaha. Oh my god, I missed all your cheers. Holy shit. Hang on, let me see if Jedi's home, because I don't think she is. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't see. I couldn't hear. Exactly. What the duck? Someone turned off the lights, so I turned off the lights. But I'm glad I'm wearing a white shirt, because I'm like popping out. I'm popping out, so you better get the stream ended. I'm popping out. I'm popping, hey. It's very bold. Here, I'll even turn on the lights. Throw up some She's got some background. It's not that bright back there. Any more of this? I'm ready. You do that, Omaha. You do that. You did glow in the dark? Really? I haven't received my glow in the dark Polymaker filament yet. Hasn't come in. I got the, at least that I know of. I got some new Polymaker. I got the filament that, what is it? The one that you like cure? The one that makes it all shiny? Never played Skip-Bo. The only thing I know about Skip-Bo is it was on the Bozo show. It's the only thing I know about Skip-Bo. Oh yeah, if I had a black light right here, man, I'd be like glowing. I probably should. Polysmooth, that was it. Thank you, Zombie. The Polymaker master there. No doubt about that. Oop. Dropped my numbed. My numb dropped. You would see. Who have we not rated? CNoop. We haven't rated in a while, yeah? We did Krusty's. CNoop? Say hello to CNoop? He's doing a snowspeeder model. Wow, that looks cool. We're gonna raid CNoop. We're gonna shout out Disc 1 of 5, if you don't mind. Mocha Maid, thank you. I know, dude, you're on. Every time I have been so busy with work, my real work. I have not had a chance to stop in. But everybody, if you're not already following, not just Maker Deck, yes, Mocha Maid, you should. Very highly interactive, highly energetic, positive energy, and I love that. I feel like they're good representatives of the best of makers on Twitch. I'm saying that. No one's telling me to say that. I feel like they'd be just as good ambassadors to makers on Twitch as anybody, honestly. And I hope everything is going well. I've been so... Work has got me packed. That's true. Dev? That's a guess. I can't guess. It's difficult for me to guess because I hate making wrong guesses. Dev. So the funny thing is, see, at Intel, I work at Intel. That's my day job, right? So there's dev relations, right? So I get a lot of D's like flying around in my head. Y'all are amazing. I wish I had that kind of relationship with my brothers. I wish I could do something like that. I do. I mean, it's seriously, and that's not a joke. And my brother Adam, I feel, could be really good at it. Ben, possibly. Maybe one of these days I can get them on together and do something. They do more gaming than anything. Even though my brother Adam, is an artist. He is truly an artist. Me, not as much. I make it up as I go along. I'm going to give a shout out, even though we're going to be rating over to CNoop, who's doing a Snowspeeder model. I want to give a shout out to Disc 1 of 5 before we go, because he's also pretty awesome. I'm not sure what he's up to, but he's also a consummate maker, probably working on coding and printing and developing and doing all these things to work on a single project. My idea of a single project is like, hey, I 3D printed a figure. I'm done. There. This is my idea of a project. And I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm so... My God. I am printing Star Wars figures. I love them. I love printing Star Wars figures. It's a thing. It's a thing for me. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for turning off the lights. Thank you for having me sing whatever the hell that was. Zombie. I'll see everybody on Maker Deck. Of course, we've got ERF going on, the East Coast Rep Rap Festival, where all the makers are there, seemingly. We may end up broadcasting from the from the ERF floor, from the Maker Deck booth on the ERF floor. We haven't quite figured out those details yet, but stay tuned. Maker Deck going 24/7, as you very well know. And a lot of people are going to be watching Maker Deck this weekend because we've got the booth. So all the makers concentrated their firepower on ERF. We are there virtually. Even if you're not there physically, you can still join the festivities remotely. Probably other streamers are doing things at ERF as well. So it's a good place to be, a good space to be. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you always. When we raid over to CNoop, fellow Star Wars fan and fellow maker, feel free to use the Tusken Raider emote, the Perilla Raid emote, as well as the Maker D1 Raid emote. It would be awesome, because he's going to love it. He's going to have all the sound effects. He's going to be interactive. CNoop's a good guy. Great heart. Here we go. Tusken Raiding in 3, 2, 1. Get in focus. There we go. And we're off. Ah. Did it work? It worked. Woohoo.